You're tired of working day in and day out, trying to find new boomer customers, chasing leads, doing whatever work comes your way, and never getting to earn what you're worth. You do it because you love the work and you're passionate about serving the boomers. We get it. What you need is more of the right boomer customers for your business and more income for you and your family so you can grow your company and help more people in your community. Well, you're in the right place because this is Booming Your Bottom Line.
Hello and welcome to episode 54 of Booming Your Bottom Line, the very last episode for 2015. After all we've talked about during this first year of the podcast, from marketing to community education to creating professional networks and so much more, I think it's fitting that we end this year with this episode.
Yeah, I agree, Aaron. It certainly has been quite a ride this year. And I have to tell you, I think the best part has been all the business owners that we've been able to help. Not just with the podcast, but also our own business clients. And I just have to say, if you're struggling, if you don't know what to do to take your business to the next level, you're doing yourself a disservice by not contacting us. I mean, I'm not tooting our own horns here, but honestly, if your business isn't performing, we can probably help. And if we can't, we'll tell you. But not finding out and continuing to struggle, that is not doing you or your customers or your community any good. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're going to be talking plainly about something that most small business owners don't like to talk about, at least not openly, and that is winning. Not in the sense of I'm the winner and you're the loser, not at all. We're going to talk about why you winning is not only the best thing for you and your family and your company, but also the best thing for your customers, your community, and believe it or not, your competitors.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be great. I promise. You're going to be so inspired after today. This is just going to be an epic episode. And before we get to today's topic, let's pause for just a quick message here.
Are you tired of struggling to find enough of the right customers so you can earn the income you want? Are you sick of spending your hard-earned money on advertising that doesn't work? We know you are. That's why we created the Booming Your Brand marketing training to help you learn a repeatable system to market your business to the right boomer customers. If you take this course, you will learn a way to set yourself up as the local expert, reach and educate new customers, and ease those sales conversations. These proven methods have worked for every business owner that uses them. So stop spinning your wheels wondering why you can't grow, why you aren't earning the income you dream about. Market your business in a way that really reaches these lucrative customers, a way that works. For more details, just go to boomingyourbrand.com. Do it today. We're offering a 30% discount until the end of the year. That's a savings of $500, but only until December 31st at 5 p.m. Eastern. Go to boomingyourbrand.com now.
So, we're ending this year talking about winning. Do you know why you want to win? Honestly, more money? Sure. A feeling of accomplishment? Of course. Every business owner should want to build something that matters and is successful. But what about you? What are your reasons? You see, though there might be many reasons why you personally want to win with your small business, what we're going to talk about here today is less about the you-focused, feel-good things that most everybody thinks about. Because there's other reasons that you should want to win big with your business. No, let's do this. Reasons you need to win with your business.
Aaron, you're absolutely right. And I just want to say that using the word need is absolutely correct. Look, folks, I'm just going to throw this out here. That business that you've been building, those local dollars that go through your ledger each year, this isn't just about your company. I mean, sure, money in, money out, it keeps the local economy going, and it's awesome. And you guys keep this country afloat. But it's not just about your company. This is much bigger.
Very true. Look, I've got a confession to make to you guys. We've been easing into some of these types of conversations in the past year. And honestly, I think we've kind of done ourselves a disservice. And you, too. You might think that sounds silly, but here's the truth. We don't always say nearly as much as we want to, Mark and I both. We've tackled a lot of the subjects we've covered here with kind of kid gloves on, okay? I mean, we did what we thought we needed to do at the time, but we can't do that anymore, okay? That time is over. So that's why I'm saying this. Look, the older population is going to turn the local economy on its ear all over the U.S. Things are going to get crazy. There's going to be some great things that come out of this and some awful things. And you're linchpin. You have got to stop messing around doing that same thing you've always done and expecting different results. We've told you that's the definition of insanity. You need to stop coasting. You've got to instead dig deep, plan long, and run like you've never run before. The finish line for you is when you decide to close up shop, right? Hang up a career. But the finish line for the people you're serving is so much closer and sooner and in front of them. You've got to be ready for these people. You have to be ready to make sure they get what they need, not just so they're happier and healthier. And of course, that's very, very, very important. But because your community, their families, they need you to do it.
Brother, you are absolutely on it. Okay, so this winning that we're talking about today, if you absolutely crush it with your company, I mean, you get the lion's share of customers in your community. And we've talked a lot about how to do that here in our coaching and training programs. But if you do that, if you're successful beyond your wildest dreams, what does that mean? If you build your business the right way, treat your customers right, essentially do the things that we've been talking about this last year, your customers and their families get better than they ever thought they would. It means that each and every one of your clients are getting your best, and they're experiencing a better life than they would have had. You've helped them transform their situations into living. I mean, real quality of life.
Right. And that means, you guys, it means your community gets stronger. I mean, you are pumping sustainability into the veins of your community by being a pillar of service to these older customers and their families. You take your place in the local community of care. Now, in your case, you're going to be sitting at or near the head of the table because we helped get you here first, we hope, and you're dominating your niche locally. But guess what? Your competitors are going to be there too. You're going to be sharing the table with them, and you need to. It's only right. Why? Because your actions, you taking the reins of your company and driving it like a banshee, smack down the middle of the highway, full speed, pedal to the metal, right? You do that, you're going to make the competitor need to step it up too. Your dominance locally is going to compel them to better quality, better services, better products, better pricing, and a higher quality of customer experience. And that means their customers are going to get better products and better services. Their families are going to get better, literally, okay? There's a wave, a ripple effect here. And it means that those companies also are going to be making more money. There's enough opportunity to go around, trust me. And that's all pumping life right back into your community. It's going to be all around you, coming back to you in full force. That's what we want for the U.S. And it starts with me, and it starts with you. Look, you know this. We've advised all of you based on what we think's best, right? The best possible way to move you forward. That's what we're doing right now, showing you a destination and the journey that it's going to take you on. And the truth, this winning thing, it's a choice. You either choose to win or you choose not to. So why aren't you choosing to win instead of sitting on the fence, or even worse, the couch, putting off the choice, putting off the action, putting off the learning and the required work to get there? Inaction is a choice not to get better.
Yep.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, you know, I think Seth Godin tells us why people don't act probably better than anyone I've ever heard before. So I'm going to quote him to kind of drive this point home. Now, I'm pretty sure that Seth or his people don't listen to our podcast, but just in case, this next bit is copyrighted and property of Seth Godin. So here it is. We say we want one thing, and then we do another. We say we want to be successful, but then we sabotage a job interview. We say we want a product to come to market, but we sandbag the shipping schedule. We say we want to be thin, but we eat too much. We say we want to be smart, but we skip class or don't read the book that the boss lent us. The contradictions never end. When someone shows up and acts without contradiction, we're amazed. When an athlete just does the sport, or when a writer just writes the words, we can't help but watch, astonished at the purity of their actions. Why is it so difficult to do what we say we're going to do? The lizard brain. Or as Stephen Pressfield describes it, the resistance. The resistance is the voice in the back of our head telling us to back off, be careful, go slow, or compromise. The resistance is writer's block and putting jitters in every project that ever shipped late because people couldn't stay on the same page long enough to get something out the door. The resistance grows in strength as we get closer to shipping, as we get closer to an insight, as we get closer to the truth of what we really want. That's because the lizard hates change and achievement and risk. See, the lizard is a physical part of your brain, the prehistoric lump near the brainstem that's responsible for fear and rage and reproductive drive. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because her lizard brain told her to. We want to know why so many companies can't compete with Apple? It's because they compromise. They have meetings. They work to fit in. They fear the critics and generally work to appease the lizard. Meetings are just one symptom of an organization run by the lizard brain. Late lunches, middle-of-the-road products or services, and the rationalization that goes with them are others. And that part of your brain that we're referring to, the amygdala, isn't going away. Your lizard brain is here to stay, and your job is to figure out how to quiet it and ignore it. This is so important. Now, you've seen the icon and you know its name. What are you going to do about it? And what Seth means there at the end is there's an 800-pound gorilla staring you right in the face. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, you bet. Boy, look, folks, you're holding yourself back, okay? You are standing in your own way. We're sitting here right now, talking to you, telling you that the writing is on the wall. You're either going to win or you're not. If you take a stand, step up and choose to be that business owner that revolutionizes his or her community, ushers in an era of service and success that's never been experienced, that can be you. Or it could be someone else. Look, we want it to be you. But if that's not you, you're not ready, then I'll be honest, we want it to be your competitor. Why? Someone's got to do this. We need this to happen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Someone in your community, in every type of service, every industry, every niche, that is going to be serving boomers, older consumers and their families, somebody's got to step up. Someone's got to smash this thing out of the park. Your community needs it. Your neighbors, your families, everyone you know around you needs this. This thing that's about to happen with the boomers in the next couple of decades, it's going to touch all of us. It's probably already touched you and people you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you get that? It's going to change so many things you haven't even thought of. If it weren't so, we wouldn't be telling you this. We wouldn't need to be here. We wouldn't know that we have to talk about this right now. So, we've got one more thing to say about winning. You know, when you achieve the kind of success that we're talking about here, that we teach about in our coaching and our training, the kind of success that we talk about brings with it, you know, the boon of a pretty major income. I mean, it could be ridiculous income. It really could, like you've never even dreamed of. And with that comes a lot of benefits, of course. I mean, what would 5 figures a month mean to you? You even think that's possible? Have you considered it? If not, then you have a limiting belief about yourself. Again, I'm going to say it. You're in your own way, right? It is possible. You can do this. How about $10,000, $20,000 a month? Yeah, guys, you know, as an opportunity, it's there for the taking. That house you want to retire in, the best colleges for your kids or your grandkids, the vacations you promised your spouse all those years, it's all within reach. Even beyond that, that special project or charity that you wanted to fund, that's reachable too. That philanthropic shelter project you had on your heart, the ability to help people that want and need help, and you'll never have to worry about if they could afford it. That's giving back, you guys. Mm-hmm. That's truly rewarding. That's a life worth living and a legacy worth leaving. Look, you've heard people say the struggle is real. Well, guess what? So is the dream. And you can have it. All that you have imagined and more.
Yeah, and you've got to just quit pussyfooting around and get to it. I mean, here's what I think. You need to take 5 minutes for yourself today and decide. Decide once and for all. Are you all in and committed to success regardless of what happens? Or are you going to keep sitting on the fence? If you decide that you won't accept anything less than winning big with your business, finally, this coming year, then you're the person we want to work with right now. We'll help you get on your way. We'll springboard you into a new year and a new era of prosperity for you and your company. And you can start by signing up for our new marketing training, Booming Your Brand. Just go to boomingyourbrand.com and get started today. Seriously, quit waiting. Your time is now, or it's time for your competition to beat you to it. Like we said, we'd prefer it was you. And I just want to thank everyone for listening today, and from the bottom of our hearts, we wish the absolute best for you and your families in 2016. Have a safe and happy New Year celebration, and until next year, be well, be bold, and boom your bottom line.
Happy New Year, everybody.